Hello and welcome to another episode of World Tour on Football Manager 2021. And in today's episode, we have the big top of the table clash in the Indian National Football League. It's Chennai City against Punjab FC. We've had a couple of weeks off in between games. Punjab FC actually played a game the weekend before this and won that. So they are now 6 points ahead of us, but we have a game in hand. So win today's game against Punjab. That means we have a game in hand and we're only 3 points behind. So it could technically catch them up. However, there is some bad news in today's team sheet. We are missing one key player. Jude Felix Nixon is out injured. He's out for between 4 and 7 weeks. So he's going to miss the majority of the rest of the season, I would imagine. It is what it is. But we've really struggled when Maridasan and Felix Nixon haven't played in the past. We have this guy, Kunayil, who's one of our youngsters. Narisimhan Kunayil is coming in to replace him today at centre-back. He's got pretty good tackling, amazing tackling. But yeah, it's a bit of a risk, but it's a risk that we have no option but to take. Elsewhere in the starting lineup, we have Kumar in goal. We've got Sujatran at right back. Maridasan, his partner in Kunayil, in central defence, and Ganga as always at left back. Our renowned now midfield three of Bhupathi, Madhur and Shankar Ali. Lijo Francis on the right wing. Sampath Raj continues at left wing, despite the fact that I believe Praveen is fit now. Yeah, Praveen is fit, but Raj has been playing well at left wing, so we keep him there. And then Christian Saba is our main man up front today, with, of course, Ronaldo and the Prince on the bench, as well as our seasoned veteran in the centre midfield, Anandraj, on there too. So Punjab, an opponent that we know we have faced quite a bit in the past. We know that Jobby Justin is a key man for them. Chencho, I don't think he's ever done anything against us, but you never know. And then Beisha is a name that rings the bell as well as Danilo Kipapa. I seem to remember him putting a cross in for one of their goals in a previous game against us, but he's a centre-back, so he must have been quite far up the field. It might have been from a corner. But yeah, this is the team that they're putting out for today's game. Hopefully we can beat them. Thapa's another name that I recognise. I believe he's an attacking midfielder. I could be wrong. Heading into the game, a few players are looking motivated. They must know how important this match is. We're going to outstretch our arms and say, I want you to pick up where you left off last time out. It's motivated at least one more player in Christian Saba. So hopefully the motivation that's being felt by some of these players is going to help us get a victory in this all-important game against top-of-the-table Punjab. And as quick as a hiccup, the first half is over. No highlights that half. It's been quite a quiet, conserved game, it would appear. Both of us have had 2 shots. Punjab have had 1 shot on target. They've got a slightly better XG than us, but not really that exciting of a game, to be honest, for a top-of-the-table clash. So I'm going to pump fists and I'm going to say we've been the better team here. Just keep doing what you've been doing and we'll be fine. There's a few players still seeming motivated, which is good to see. Bhupathi is having a storming game with a 7 rating. Let's just see how everyone else is doing. Sujitran, right back, is doing terribly, a 6.2. I think that's enough for him to come off. We're going to bring on BJ Shetty, whose future is still not certain at the club. He rejected a move elsewhere, but his contract is up in June. Pretty sure I'm not going to sign him, but stranger things have happened. Lijo Francis is also on a bad rating, but of course, he can get a goal out of nowhere, so we're going to leave him on. And I think we will just make the one change at half-time and hope that we can at least get a chance in the second half. Okay, we've got just over 15 minutes left, and we're still yet to see a highlight in this game. For all that I've built this game up as being a top-of-the-table clash, probably the most important game in our career as Chennai City manager, and it's not lived up to expectations so far. Lijo Francis is getting worse performance-wise, so Raju is going to come on for him at right wing. And then our other poorest performer is Kunayil at centre-back, but that's sort of to be expected, and we don't really have anyone to come on for him. I am tempted to bring on either the Ronaldo or the Prince. Ronaldo's looking motivated, so I'm going to take off Saba, bring on Ronaldo. 15 minutes left, all changes made. Can we get something more than a point from this game? Here we go, into stoppage time, and it's the first highlight of the game, and it looks like it's going to be for Punjab. Ball's put into the box, but Kumar comes to collect that one nicely. Let's see what happens from this. Is he going to launch it? There's a man in space on the right-hand side. That's probably Raju. He plays it towards him, but it's intercepted. And now it's Kromar with the ball for Punjab in the centre of the field. Through ball from him. Chetri gets there and plays a bit of a dangerous pass back to the goalkeeper, but he was safe. Ronaldo's got it now. He plays it nicely to Ali. Now Mather plays the ball forward looking for Ronaldo, but that's intercepted. And Beisha comes away with the ball now for Punjab, running down this left-hand side. We need to get a tackle in. This is looking dangerous. He gets the ball in the box. Kroma's there. It's off the bar. And Kumar thankfully gathers it after the rebound. We have another highlight. You wait. It's like London buses. You wait 90 minutes for one, and then two come along at once. And Ganga with a throw in. Raju on this right-hand side tries to get a ball in. It's blocked by Rudas. And Rudas just clears it out for another throw in. I feel like this is just going to be a nothing highlight, to be honest. 3 minutes of added time is nearly up. And Gang gets to take a throw again. The whistle's going to go after this, isn't it? Takes the throw in, headed away, and there's the full-time whistle. A very, very boring game. 0-0. One real highlight in that game. That's disappointing. I mean, it's helped how they feel. They're feeling self-assured and motivated and focused and confident. That's good, I guess. But, I mean, a draw is better than a defeat. So we'll say, well done. You've proved a lot of people wrong in avoiding defeat. Inspired and motivated the whole team there. So that result means it stays as it was. 6 points the difference between us and top of the table, Punjab FC. We have a game in hand, so we can narrow that gap down to 3, but we are now looking for them to make a mistake somewhere in their next 5 matches for us to have a chance of winning the league title in our second season. So since the Punjab game was such a boring one, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to make this episode have 3 matches in. So we're going to play the real Kashmir game. I was originally just going to show you the highlights of that one, but we're going to actually play that one. And we will play the TRAU game as well. So join me in about a second for the real Kashmir game. So in the gap between games, we have had a bit of an update on William Opoku. Now, if you remember, I accidentally made a mistake and bought 2 extra foreign players when we already had 2, not realising that we were only allowed to have 3 and then 1 Asian. We instead had 2 Ghanaians, a Nigerian and someone from the Congo. So William Opoku had to be left out of the squad. Squad registration was a few days ago. I think it was midweek. And William Opoku was the guy to be left out. He came to me immediately afterwards asking for a transfer. That's what I wanted to happen. It was between him or the Prince for who would leave. The Prince has been with us for longer than Opoku. I mean, Opoku's been with us, 3 months? But yeah, he's had a few offers already. One for 30 grand, which is 4 grand more than his valuation. So I've accepted that, and hopefully he's going to sign for whichever team that was. I can't remember who it was. So today's second game is away to Real Kashmir, who are currently 7th. They're on 21 points. They're only 4 points behind us, to be fair. But we need to win to continue our aspirations to reach the top of the table by the end of the season. But we have been hit with some issues in that regard. So injuries have occurred to several key players. I'll quickly run through the team sheet and just discuss the changes that have had to be made. So we've got Kumar in goal. That's all fine. BJ Shetty is playing at right back today. That is because what is his name? Sujathran? Yeah, Sujathran, who normally plays there, is suspended. And then we have Maria Dasan and Kunayil continuing at centre-back. And Ganga is left-back today. Bhupathi is being moved to the box-to-box midfielder role because Shankar Ali has also picked up an injury. Mather continues in advanced playmaker and centre midfield. And then Charles Anandraj is the man that comes in to replace Ali as the ball-winning midfielder. He's obviously had a lot less game time this season than he did the season before, but he can come in and do the job. Very experienced veteran there. Lijo Francis and Sampath Raj continue as our wingers, but then Christian Saba has also picked up a small knock. All of these injuries, however, are like between 3 and 6 days injuries, so they're not going to be out for the season like Felix Nixon is. But Ronaldo leads the line today. There's a toss-up between him and the Prince, but then I remembered the Prince hasn't scored a goal from open play since God knows when. But all those injuries also mean that we've got a bit of a different looking bench today. We have people like Nikhil Raj at left back. Aaron Rodriguez has come back onto the bench. We have Raj, who's obviously always there. VJN could make one of his first appearances of the season, I think. I don't think he's played very much of it at all. And then we have another youngster, a young striker, Vijayan, who is also on the bench, but probably won't play unless we're somehow winning like 5-0. I might give him a run out. But yeah, this is the lineup for the game against Real Kashmir. So let's head into it and hope we can continue towards the top of the table. So danger men for Real Kashmir that we know of are obviously Didika and Dika. We've, I think either Didika, I'm not sure which one it was. They've got very similar names. It's very difficult to keep on top of. But one of them, I'm pretty sure, scored against us in one of the games last season. So we are going to, I was going to outstretch my arms, but I don't want to say enjoy the match. I want to say, come on, lad, show me what I can do. And I'm going to do it by pumping my fists. So they are the teams coming out to line up for, I was going to say for national anthems. They don't do that, of course, for domestic games. But let's get this game underway. And hopefully it's going to be a bit more entertaining than the game against Punjab. Free kick. And Ganga is taking it from this left-hand side towards Ronaldo at the back post. He heads it and it's just over the bar. Possibly hit the crossbar on its way there. Good chance, though. Throw in, and Ganga to take on the left-hand side, deep in their half, plays it to Charles Anandraj, gets it back from him. Anandraj gets it back from Nganga. They might want to switch play to the right-hand side. Instead, they lose the ball, and now it's Dika with a chance to bring the ball forward. Pepra is one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Pepra shoots, and Pepra has scored. Edmund Pepra, with his first goal of the season, has put Real Kashmir ahead. It seems to be against the run of play. We've had about 6 or 7 shots. 6 shots we've had. Granted, 1 on target. But it looks like they've got another chance here. Ahmed Bat with a free kick. Fernandez down to Didika. It's blocked. And Fernandez gets it back again. But I think that's a free kick to us. Pepper was offside there. And Ganga with a free kick from the right-hand side now. Plays it towards the back post. Francis is there. It's over the top. He was offside. Lots of offsides going on today. Free kick from exactly the same position this time, and Gang gets the back post again. Anandraj nods it down off the bar, and then Fernandez clears it. I thought our player was going to get in for a rebound there, but it wasn't to be, and we head into half-time, and we're losing 1-0. Despite having more shots, their XG is a lot better than ours. Let's head into the dressing room. Kunayil is looking aggressive. He does have that trait about him. I think his aggressiveness. His aggression is 20, so he's a pretty angry guy, to be fair. But I'm going to say I expect to see a much better showing from you in the second half with my hands on my hips. And let's have a look at ratings and condition and that jazz. So we have 2 poor performers in the defence. One of them is Maria Dassan. He's 6.3. And then Chetri at right back. Right back's always been a problem position for us in terms of good performances. Francis is struggling at right wing yet again. And then we have Mather, who's not playing very well in the centre of midfield. We have 2 people that are motivated on the bench, and I'm going to bring one of them on. Raju's going to come on for Lijo Francis. Do I bring both of them on? Yeah, I think I will. Rodriguez is going to come on as well for Mather. We need a change up in this second half. We're losing 1-0. That can't continue if we want to try and win the league. So double sub made. And one of those subs has pretty much immediately just been injured. Oh, Raju. He's what sort of injury is it? Potential upper body injury. What's going on? So before the game, I mentioned bringing Vijayan on as if we were winning 5-0 is what I said. But he's the only winger that we've got there. Do I? No. Let's not do that. We're going to just bring the Prince on instead. The Prince can play out of position and hope for the best. A bit of a risk to put another 15-year-old on when we've got so many out there already. This game just seems like it's running away from us. So goal kick for Real Kashmir. Keith plays it down the centre towards Didika, but it finds Bat, who finds it through to Pepra. Chance for a second for Pepra, and he's got it. It's 2-0. I'm tempted to say that our season is over. I don't think we can come back from 2-0 down today. And yeah, it's not looking good. Not looking good. Let's have a look at the tactics, see what we can do. We can always bring a Rodriguez up to attack in midfield. Do we... Right, I'm going to go wild. Chetri is going to become a right wing back because at this stage, why not? Ronaldo is just going to shift over to there. The Prince is going to play up front with Ronaldo. We're going to have him as... Ooh, what do we do? So Ronaldo's going to be the poacher and the Prince is going to be a target man. And we are going to play more direct. think. Yeah, we'll do that. Confirm the changes. See what that does for the... No. Don't want to do it. No, I've changed my mind. We'll still do control possession, but what we're going to do is we're going to switch to attacking. There we go. That's better. 10 minutes to go. See what happens. We're probably going to concede again. Free kick. Nganga to take it. Crossed in. And was that... Oh, I don't even know who headed that. It was Rodriguez who headed it, but it was offside. Here's a replay. Nganga. I can't even see Rodriguez. I don't know. I wasn't watching carefully enough, clearly. We have a throw-in on the right-hand side in stoppage time. Ball's headed away by Goku. And Chetri picks it up. The right wing back now. Anandraj, ball forward. Ronaldo! It's offside again. It's offside again. Yeah, that one was off. That one's definitely offside. Okay, we can't complain about that one. 2 offside goals. 2-0 defeat. Is that our season over? I'm going to thrash my arms and say I'm far from pleased with that result. So that leaves us in 3rd place after our second of the 3 games that we're playing in this episode with 25 points. We're 6 points behind Punjab. We've played the same number of games as them. We need them now to lose 2 games for us to have a chance of winning. It's not looking very likely, but we'll be back in a second for the game against TRAU, who I've just spotted have fallen down to 7th, but I guess that's because it's so close. They're only 4 points behind us. We could be down there soon if we continue with this run of form. So here we are for the 3rd and final match in this bumper episode, and we have dropped down to 4th in the time between games. Mohammedan have overtaken us, but we are still on 25 points, of course, and we can go up to 2nd today. Punjab FC are playing. They're playing against Real Kashmir, who can also technically, mathematically win the title too. So that's an interesting game to keep an eye on. But we're going to concentrate more on ourselves and making sure that we can get the wins that we need to. So we have a few more changes for today's game. So I'm continuing with Chetri at right back. Sujathran's performances haven't been great. Chetri has a slightly better average rating than him, so he's going to get another chance to show what he can do today. We obviously still have Mario Dassan and Kunayil in central defence because Felix Nixon is out for the majority of the rest of the season. In centre midfield, Shankar Ali has come in for Sriram Bhupathi, who has picked up a bit of a knock and is going to have to miss today's game. So that means Charles Anandraj manages to stay in the starting lineup as well. Francis and Raj are our wingers again. Then Saba is back in for Ronaldo, and hopefully Saba can get himself on the score sheet today as we play against last season's champions, TRAU. And speaking of TRAU, they obviously have the most dangerous man in the league last season, Komron Tursunov, the man who got over 20 goals, I believe, and he scored a couple against us in the past, so we need to keep an eye on him today. But with all that said and done, we are going to no gesture and say I'm expecting to see a much better performance today. That seems to have motivated quite a few players, so hopefully we can do it. I'll just skip through this tunnel interview. The teams are out onto the pitch. The stadium is as empty as it has been all season, and we're ready to go, and we have a very early chance, possibly. Mario Dassan with a free kick, plays it to the right back Chetri. Now it's Francis running down this right-hand side, plays it inside to Mather, who plays it inside again to Ali. Ali shoots, and that's just wide from Shankar Ali, making his return from injury. That would have been some way to mark his return. Corner kick now, and Ganga to take it from this right-hand side towards Francis. It's headed and it's in. Lijo Francis has scored. It's his 7th goal of the season. We've taken the lead after 4 minutes, and this is the sort of comeback that we needed after the match against Real Kashmir last time out. So here's the replay, and Ganga with the ball in. Francis near post, headed in beautifully. 1-0. Corner kick from the left-hand side this time, and Ganga to take it, as always. Headed away. And Mario Dassan should pick that up. No, it's Francis, the goal scorer, that picks that one up. Running down this right-hand side. Can he get a ball in? Instead, he plays it back to the centre midfielder, Mather, who then plays it back to the right back, Chetri. Mather has it again, plays it to Francis. Now Saba in a bit of space. Chance to shoot. I think that hit the post. Chance for Trow, possibly. I keep calling them Trow. It's TRAU. Tidham Road Athletic Union, I think, is what they're called, but it was collected by Kumar. He plays a long ball forward. Is Francis going to get there? He's not. Singh gets there instead at left back. He plays it forward to his namesake, who I believe scored against us in the last game against TRAU. Singh with the ball on the left-hand side, crosses in. Odegwu just wide. It took TRAU 40 minutes to get their first shot in today's game. We have absolutely peppered their goal with shots. 18 shots from us, 5 on target, an XG of 1.17. They've had 2 shots and 1 on target with an XG of 0.26. So we are making the chances. It's just, I'm not sure whether we're having the shots from outside the box or not, judging from the number of shots that have been off target. So we will head into the dressing room and we're going to say, with outstretched arms, I'm pleased with how things are going. Keep it up. Let's see how everyone's doing in their ratings. They all seem to be fine. Condition-wise, they're okay. Kunayil apparently deserved his yellow card, which isn't surprising because he's one angry mofo. And hopefully he doesn't get sent off because I could see that happening. He's a bit of a risk. We obviously have Sujatran on the bench, who's delighted to be there despite the fact that he's technically been dropped for today's game. So he's our only option, really, to bring on centre-back if we think Kunayil is getting out of hand. But he's got a good rating, so as long as he keeps his temper in check, we should be okay. I'm not going to make any changes at half-time. I'm going to hope that we continue to have as many chances as we did in the first half and maybe limit TRAU because they seem to be getting back into the game at the end of that first half. So it's TRAU with a free kick. It's Mondal on this left-hand side. Plays it to Singh. Back to Mondal. Can we get a tackle in? We can't. There's a ball over to Tursunov. This is dangerous. It's a great save from Kumar. Last season, Tursunov would have smashed that away. Perhaps that's been the difference between their title-winning season last year and this one. But Jerry Mowler with a ball in, and that's skied over by some TRAU player. Avinaldo with a throw-in. They seem to be having a lot of the ball now, but we managed to get it away, and Saba has it now on this left-hand side. He finds the experienced centre midfielder Charles Anandraj, who just very slowly moves that ball forward. And now it's Mather to Raj, back to Anandraj. Anandraj with a long ball forward. Don't know who he was really looking for there. It didn't look like Saba was ever going to get that one. And we've given the ball away. So Ivanaldo with a long ball forward. It's a missed header. It's centre-back, and Tursunov is through on goal. It's 2 1-on-1s he's missed now. We can't be giving that guy this many chances. Corner kick. Jerry Mowler takes it. Kumar comes and collects that nicely. And I think that's where we go and have a look at the tactics. Now, do I shut up shop or do I go for another goal? This could be a very important win, and TRAU seems to be on top of us now. We're moving Charles Anandraj to defensive midfield as a ball-winning midfielder, and we'll just keep the other 2 centre midfielders in the same role. Chetri is not playing well, so we'll take him off, bring on Sujatran, which means that we don't really have a replacement for Kunayil if he looks like he's going to get himself sent off. But yeah, that's the change we'll make. Don't think we need to do anything else drastically. Corner kick for Nganga to take it on the right-hand side. It's headed away by Jerry Mowler. Raj has got it on the edge of the box now. Can he play it back out wide to Nganga? Kunayil does that instead. Nganga plays it back to Kunayil. Don't do anything stupid. It's Ali now. To Mather. To Maria Dasan. Mather just getting closed down quite quickly at the minute. Ali loses the ball, but Francis is there to recover for him. Plays it to Mather. Through to Francis. It could be a second. It is a second. Thank God for that, because I was panicking. I really thought that we were going to draw this game. TRAU have been on us since about the 40th minute, but Francis has hopefully just sealed the 3 points for us there. It was Francis who had the ball there, played it to Mather, and Mather returned the ball back to him. Francis straight at the keeper. To be fair, the keeper should have done a lot better there, but I'm not complaining, and we are going to make another substitute because Shankar Ali is looking very tired. We're going to bring on VJN for a rare appearance at centre midfield, and then we are also going to bring on Praveen at left wing for Sampath Raj. There's the full-time whistle. A fully deserved win in the end. Look at the number of shots we had. I understand 26 shots. We only had 18 of them. But no, we had 18 of them off target. We had 8 on target. So not too great in that sense, but we still managed to win 2-0. And we managed to shore up when we were 1-0 down, and it looked like TRAU were getting on top of us. I moved Anandraj to defensive midfield, And it looks like a pretty good move from me. Not to blow my own trumpet or anything like that, but I'm going to say a good win, boys. Well done. And there we have it. We are in second place, and Punjab FC have dropped points. They've only drawn against Real Kashmir, so we are now within 4 points of Punjab FC. We still need them to drop points in 2 matches, but this shows that it can happen, and I'm pretty sure they have to play another 2 of the top 6 in their final 4 games. So anything could happen at this point. Of course, there are teams behind us that have games in hand and could overtake us. Azol could overtake us. I'm not sure about anyone else. Mohammedan as well, probably with their goal difference, if it's goal difference that we're judged on. But yeah, it's looking a bit better than it did at the start of this episode, or at least in the middle of this episode. So looking ahead to the next episode, and it's going to be the last 2 games in the season that we play. So we're going to play Mohammedan, who could be above us if they win their game in hand. They may not be. They are in 4th at the minute. And Kashmir FC, who are in 6th, and I still think can win the league, I think. Kashmir, 4 games. Yeah, they can just win the league. It's not very likely, though, for them to win the league. But yeah, we'll come back for those 2 games. So in the meantime, offline, I will play the game against 3rd place Tizol and against 9th place Indian Arrows. Hopefully, we can manage to win both those games and stay in contention for the league title, which we so desperately need. We need our first piece of silverware in this save, and I'm desperate to get it in this second season. But that is it for this episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel to get all my content when it comes out, hit the notification bell to stay notified, and I'll see you next time.